What do you believe in? Who believes in you? And what fuels your faith? Welcome to PSA. My name is Felix if you're new around here, and if you're back, thank you again and again and again. I want you all to know that you're welcomed here and you have a home right here online in this community. So I had this thought that just kind of renewed my faith. It was kind of actually like an experience, and I'll get to it in a second. But me and my wife have been hanging out with our son a lot lately. And I know that sounds kind of obvious because what else are parents supposed to do? But sadly, many do too little, too often. But today's a cheerful message, so we won't harp on that. But I did see a bunch of parents. They were celebrating that their kids were going back to school. I mean, I guess your kids just aren't as cool as Lion. I'm kidding. There has been a shift in his communication and his comprehension. So we're transitioning from doing things for him to doing things with him. And it's like super exciting. Tanya has Lion reading and painting, doing some photo shoots. With me, he's a little less safe. We're building stuff, we're skateboarding. He can't swim, but I'm trying to teach him how to surf. Pray for me. I can't help it. I just have a lot of faith in him. Now, maybe you don't have kids, but we're all a little further along on our journey than someone else is that we know. And we have an incredible opportunity to pass some value along. We are all looking over someone who's looking to believe in us for some answers directly, or maybe just some guidance from afar. But we have to earn that person's faith for them to be able to receive what we have for them. In the scriptures in Hebrews 11, it says it like this. Now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. The header in this chapter is faith in action. The scriptures teach us that God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, so he's a multi-generational God. But it doesn't stop there. There's a call on our lives, on our gifting, and our blessings from God that should be passed along to those who have come after us. Most closely for me in this season, it's with my son Lion, who I'm pouring into directly. And I actually don't know if I'm going to see it go past this generation. But in my skateboard community, I've seen my efforts go on for many generations. On a practical tip, some of the tricks that I've created have stood the test of time, and people are still doing them till this day. And although some of them have faded away, what's most important is the character and values I leave behind with those next generations along the journey, and maybe with some of those who follow me in my adult life. We will have to have a strong faith to live out our dreams. But to truly have a strong faith, we will need to believe beyond just ourselves. Faith needs to be alive and active, and when you exemplify it, you have the power to transfer it to other people. It's actually transcendent. But once someone with faith sees it, those records are broken, the ideas are improved upon and brought to fruition, and many people will soon follow and repeat them. People's faith rises in themselves when they now have seen someone else accomplish what they believe in. This is why a good God, dare I say, in his frustration with us, sends his best creation to us, Jesus, so we could have a visible representation of what it looks like to move in utter devotion and faith to stay the course, regardless of who, what, where may be challenging it. My son Lion recently came up to me and he said, "Papi, we don't give up." He could tell I was frustrated and I needed a pick-me-up. In this short amount of time, he's only 4 years old, he has began to comprehend and communicate, and he's developed enough compassion for others to reaffirm his faith in me and to call me up to more. He has faith in his Father as we are to have faith in ours, or at least our Father figure, but most importantly, our Heavenly Father. Friend, it is no accident that God has set things up in this manner. Once we align things properly, we see faith travels from the top to the bottom like electricity through a conduit. We have to let it flow through us back and forth and make sure we don't create a short circuit. If we cut the cable, the light might go off, but the light is still a good light. We've just broken connection with what the source is that is bonding us all together to shine. We need to connect with others and share our faith. Faith takes discipline, and discipline, it's not learned overnight. It takes practice and application. The more you apply yourself to your practices, the more results you will see, and the easier it will become to be disciplined, and you'll see your faith grow. Imagine if we were just working out one day a week, what we would look like. I'm going to leave you guys with this. In Romans 10:17, it says it like this. Faith comes hearing the message, and the message is heard through the word about Christ. So it's not just reading and keeping it to ourselves. It comes from hearing, and we need to speak it out, not just to ourselves, but to others whose trust we have built to listen. So this week, I want to challenge you to instill some faith in someone else and watch how their demeanor changes and how much more they're able to accomplish. Don't take this opportunity for granted. You have the ability to build someone's faith up, and when you see it rise and work out for them, it will actually increase your own. I'm looking forward to hearing some faith-filled stories back from you guys. And until next week, let's love more, and I'll see you at the next PSA. Thank you guys for joining us for another week. I want you to know we are full of faith in you, and that's why we do this. Please scroll through, check out some of the other messages, and share them with the first person that comes to mind, and I'll see you guys soon.